Let's go for a question relating to Wellington, since we had a question about Wellington.
Yeah.
So just to give you a bit of context, Wellington is at the bottom of the North Island, and is basically at the bottom of the Wairarapa region. So that's the whole region. And so the question that we're having right now is from Diren Sachi, and he says, what are the best things to do in Wairarapa? I would be living in Martinborough and Greytown. All right, so Wairarapa is a region that is quite often overlooked by travelers.
Yeah, it is. So it's located sort of, like Robin said, in the Wellington region, but it's on the east coast of the North Island. So on this side, it's quite interesting, an interesting place. There are a few things to do, but in our personal opinion, we kind of feel like it's the one region that actually in New Zealand has a little bit less to do. It's famous for its vineyards. It's got a cool lighthouse and coastal areas down there. Some few nice beaches and stuff to check out. But yeah, other than that, it's kind of like it's a lot of farmland and. We'll go through some of the really cool stuff that you can do there, but it's one of those places where we're kind of like, there's not always something to do, and but we'll still go through some stuff anyway.
All right, so the first thing that I'm going to mention, and it's definitely not the main things you need to do, but that's probably the thing that the most people do in the Wairarapa region, is stopping by the Tui Brewery. The reason they stop there is because Tui is very iconic here in New Zealand. Tui beer is probably the most popular beer in the country. It's bright and orange, and they have a very iconic building very close to the main highway. You can't really miss it, and there you can do some brewery tours as well as beer tasting. I don't necessarily think that it's really good to do that as a road trip stuff, to do beer tasting, but you know, the other people in the car may enjoy themselves a lot with this tour. So yeah, I'm just saying this quick one in passing right here. A lot of people stop by the Tui Brewery. So it's in the town of Mangatioka, if I'm correct. Actually, let me just Mangatinoka. So yeah, here you go. That's there. That's probably the thing that most people do in Wairarapa. Now, let's go for some stuff that, you know, is a bit more New Zealand-like.
Okay, so there is a really famous wildlife centre in the Wairarapa region called the Putangirua Mount Bruce National Wildlife Centre.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
That is, it's more commonly known as just like the Mount Bruce Wildlife Centre. But over there, they are famous for having a white kiwi bird. So if you want to go visit the little white kiwi bird, you can certainly go do that. But that's not the only thing that they have there. They also have a lot of other native New Zealand wildlife there that are in a conservation program. So you can see kaka, which is a type of like large parrot in New Zealand, and they sort of do flying displays when they're exercising the birds as well. And there's also some little bushwalks and stuff to do around there as well. So that's definitely a really cool place to go pop in and check out.
All right, next up on the list, I am not an alcoholic. I just want to say that first, but the Wairarapa region is quite famous for its wine. So it does a lot of really good wine, especially around the town of Martinborough. There's a lot of wineries that offer winery tours, that offer tastings, and it's a great place to also just buy some really awesome souvenirs to bring back home. Like the New Zealand wine is pretty famous and it's growing in popularity all around the world, so bringing yourself a couple of really good wines would be quite nice, even just for friends and families. And also most of the wineries actually handle the whole shipping for you, which is quite cool. So you can just buy all your wines at the winery, and they will actually ship it back to your home country already. So when you arrive back from your trip, you have a parcel of awesome New Zealand wine waiting for you, which I think is quite cool. So the other thing that I'm adding to the list is checking some wineries.
Yeah.
Next up.
Okay, so if you're into cycling, there is a really famous cycle trail in the Wairarapa region called the Rimutaka cycle trail. And this is actually a multi-day trail. Usually people do it in about 2 days, and half of it goes through the Wairarapa region and along the rugged coastline. So that's definitely a really awesome way to sort of see the scenery and some of the best scenery in the Wairarapa region, which is definitely around the coast. I'll just move on straight on to another thing to do in the Wairarapa, which is go to the beach. Like I said, there are a lot of amazing scenery along the coastline, and one of the most famous places to see is Castle Point. This is famous for a little short walk which goes to a lighthouse, and you can get a pretty awesome photo over there. And there is some surfing and stuff to be done on at that beach as well, so that's definitely worth checking out if you're into beaches.
All right, so the next thing to do in Wairarapa, and that will come to no surprise to anyone that ever planned a trip to New Zealand, is to go do some hikes. There is a lot of really awesome hikes to do all around the region, but one of the main attraction there is the Tararua Forest Park. It's a really massive forest park, and there is really plenty of different tracks to do there. You're going to be going through, classic, typical New Zealand views where you can see the whole valley with the river down the bottom. You see the mountainside with plenty of native bush. It's a classic New Zealand landscape. And if you are staying there for a wee while, which it looks like Diren is staying there, I definitely would like to do that. I would definitely add that to my list because it will give me this real kind of New Zealand tramping experience. Now, the good thing about the Tararua Forest Park is that there is a lot of different level of hike as well. So you're not necessarily going to be going into an 8-hour walk straight away. You can go to something much easier, much tamer. So it will fit any fitness level.
Yeah. Okay, so if it's a rainy day or you're a little bit of a train enthusiast, there is the perfect museum for you in the little town of Featherston. And here is the Fell Locomotive Museum, where they have some pretty dashing looking restored steam trains you can go check out. So if you're a little bit of a history buff, that's something you can do as well.
And once you're finished feeding your inner Sheldon Cooper, you can go check out some awesome rock formation. And there are some pinnacles in the Wairarapa region. It's called the Putangirua Pinnacles. Sorry, it's always hard.
Yeah.
The Putangirua Pinnacles, it's an amazing limestone formation. It feels like you're walking on Mars. It's really cool. So if you don't believe us, just Google it. And you will figure out very quickly that it's something that you absolutely must see if you're there. It's a complete other world place to visit, and it's a rather short walk to get there. It's a long drive, but short.
Yeah, and you can also camp there as well. And it is a Lord of the Rings filming location.
Yeah. And while you're going there is another location not too far to go to add to that one road trip, and it is?
Yeah, what's it called? The Cape Palliser Lighthouse. So this is really on the very southern tip of the North Island. And here there is a whole bunch of steps, a really a lot of steps.
Got to watch the video and see how exhausted Laura was after those.
I can't remember how many there was, like 200 and something steps straight up on this cliff to a lighthouse. It's a really good photo opportunity.
Yeah.
And on the way there is a seal colony. So while you're driving down, it's a little bit of a rough dirt road. But when you're driving there, you can sort of slow down and have a look at the seals as you're driving by. And yeah, that's a really cool road trip to do. And definitely one of our favorite things to do is to go to Cape Palliser, visit the Putangirua Pinnacles on the way down. That's one of the good things to do in Wairarapa.
Keeping the best for last, eh?
Yeah.
All right, no, it's seriously really awesome, and we do have a video about this lighthouse actually on this channel. So just type Cape Palliser. It's P-A-L-L. Is that 2-L-I-S-E-R. And type that and check it out. It's a really awesome place to visit, and you see the whole experience going there. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to be linking to an article below in the description called 10 damn good things to do in Wairarapa, which is on BackpackerGuide.NZ, and we'll be linking to that video of us going to Cape Palliser as well. So make sure to check those one out and hit like and subscribe if you find this video useful. We do those one for you guys, so we want to know if you find it useful. All right, let's go back to the live chat. Valerie Baker is all sorted.